Mae MaeW here. Ooh, it's time to get some color going on. Ooh, or I can go ahead and use my brow gel. Y'all forgive me, I get sidetracked. Let me go ahead and spray my priming spray on here. This is LimeLife by Alcone priming spray. It's going to help your makeup stay on so much better and be smoother, all that good stuff. If you have not used a primer, you really need to. It makes a huge, huge difference. That's another one of those things I didn't do for a long time. But once you use one, it is amazing how smooth it makes your makeup and how much longer it makes your makeup stay on. I am looking for my brow gel, y'all. I did this one other time when my little grays were showing through there. Whatever, I'm going to just darken those a little bit. But we'll just cover over those grays a little bit. See, multi-purpose. Hey, I figured if it can be used in my eyebrows, it can be used in my hair. But there we go, there we go. Sprayed with some priming spray. Now I'm going to go ahead. Let's get our eyebrows on. Little brush here. You want one that's kind of slanted like that, kind of slim, and has almost like coarse, like little bristles in it. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this shade of brown right here. Well, actually, I'm going to take that back. Let's go with this one, and then I'll use this one up to the inner if I need to. I've been kind of changing up a little bit, trying to figure out what I like the best. Let's see. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to start lining. There, maybe that's pretty good and even. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. But brows definitely make a difference. Definitely make a difference in your look. No doubt. But with that, I was using setting spray, sprayed on my hand, the little number 13 brush, and just using some eyeshadow that matches my hair color. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put my concealer on. And I am going to use the LimeLife by Alcone Zero Concealer, which is right here. It's very light, and it will help to cover she may have made. This concealer being so light, I choose it because it's going to cover any discoloration that I may have on my eyes. Okay? If you do not cover your lids with something, your shadow that you place on it is not going to really be true to color. The color of your lids can play into and make the colors appear differently. I'm going to put on some colors that I want them to be true to color, and I want to just cancel out any coloration I may have. And I started off with this little diffuser brush. It's number 5 brush. But then I decided I wanted to use this smaller brush, which is number 6 brush. And let me show you the shape. Just very thin, just kind of pointed. That helped me get around those brows better. And like I said, just kind of can shape them a little bit more. I feel like I have this one a little bit thicker. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put, you know what? No, I'm going to hold on that. I got a lot of fallout with my palette I used the other day. And, you know, y'all see me use my LimeLife colors kind of Monday through Thursday when I'm going to work because they're just super and simple and easy for me. But I love to play in colors. So when I'm not working, I like to dive into other palettes that I may have. And it just honestly makes me appreciate the professional products more. because I don't get the fallout, and I don't have to use as much product with the professional ones. But I like to change things up. I've been on a kick lately. I've been using my Tartist ProRemix, and I've been using my Huda. So let's just kind of open them up and see which one speaks to me this morning. But I'm going to hold off on putting my concealer in my foundation because I want to be able to correct any fallout that I might have from the products. Ooh, what's jumping out at me today? I really, y'all, when I come on here, I usually don't have a plan, especially when I'm doing like today and I'm just playing. And today's just kind of a play day. So, the Pro Remix today. Let's go Pro Remix. Let's go in. Let's start. Okay. You know what? I found this out the other day. I'm going to go back to my LimeLife palette. Our concealer is wax base. It was actually designed, y'all, get this, for burn victims because of its waterproof. And it is so pigmented, it gives the coverage that they need. And that is actually how crazy good our concealer is. But you have to set it, okay? You have to set it with a powder. So I'm going to go in. I'm just using my Dreamboat here, which is in my LimeLife palette. It just has more of a white, not really a white, but a creamier cream color to it. The other day I used what was in this because it looked very similar to this, but it had more of a yellowish brown tone. And I don't want that today. I want it to be just more of a clear, not clear, but more of a white-based, cream-based. But you got to set it, okay? You should set anything, though, that you put on your eyes or your face that is a cream or liquid. You should set it with some powder, okay? So this really is nothing new. This is just something that you should do. It's just a lot of people don't realize that, don't know it. As I've been going along in LimeLife, I've been learning things myself. I'm like, God, I never did that. Wow, okay, well, that's why that hasn't worked, or that's why. Let's start with that. And here it looks kind of like a gray, but on camera there, it's almost looking a little bit green. But it's gray. It looks silvery gray. I just want to see. I guess to me, when you want to find out what colors are, that's when you can just use it, kind of swipe it on your lid and see what you get. Yeah, it's kind of gray. It's gray going on the lid. Color mashup. We're just going to kind of see what we create here. Y'all, I don't know what this is going to look like. I have no idea. But again, that's the fun thing. You just create. You just try things out. If you don't like it, you don't ever do it again. If it looks that bad, you just go wash it off and start over again. Now, I'm going to add Sway in with this. I don't know why, but I haven't used this color, and I'm just feeling like this needs a little something something right here. The other day, I added the gold into it right there. But today, I'm going to see what this Sway color looks like. You never really know till you put it on. It can look completely different on your eyes than it does in the palette here. And then too, I always say it's hard to really know what you have either until you get your liner and your mascara and your foundation and all that on. It doesn't make it your eye makeup look like anything till you do all that. But because of the fallout, and see, I've got a lot of fallout right here. I'm going to be able to clean that up with my concealer when I go back in and my foundation. That's exactly why I wait till the end to put on my foundation and my concealer there. This is the Tarte ProRemix Palette, if you're joining. I went in with Splatter first across the lid. Then I went in with Mashup, is the purple. And now I am putting on the color Sway Tiara. This is, oh, is this her Vision Flush? I can't remember. I can't see it on here. I think this is her Vision Flush, if you're familiar with Danessa Myrick. She's an awesome makeup artist. She actually collaborated with our company last year and helped to come up with a collection and some products. She is amazing. It's just going to give us a little bit of sheen and shimmer in here. This is one of those things too, as it dries, you'll see it more. A little bit of that Sway back in right here. Kind of over the top of that. Should help to grab that color a little bit. There we go. But yeah, I'm gonna go shopping for some things to decorate my house. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what I want. I told my husband one day, he was going to work, I said, take all this stuff and see if anybody wants it. So my house is really kind of bare. All my, you know, little things that sit around your fireplace and on your mantle and stuff. I was like, I'm tired of it. Now gold's back in. You know, gold is back in. If you like gold, throw some hearts up. I'm a little torn on that. You know, everything comes and goes. I'm like, if I go, I like gold, but I'm afraid if I fill my house with gold, then next year it's going to be out, and then it's going to look old, outdated again. But that's what they do to us, isn't it? It's kind of the same thing with makeup. That's what they do to us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some black liner on. I'm going to try to keep it tight lined, and I'm not going all the way. I'm just going to keep that against my eye. Keep in mind, if you have small eyes, if you have, I hate to say drooping lids, hooded lids, you want to keep your line that you make here on your eye, you want it to go upwards a little bit, okay? You don't want it to come down, because if you come down, you're just going to make it look even smaller and more hooded looking. You want to keep that line kind of upwards. And I'm not saying you have to do a wing, but you just want to make sure when you finish it, it goes up, not down, okay? Now, of course, just the opposite. If you feel like you have big eyes and you're trying to make them look smaller, then you go down and follow. Make an almond. But you don't want an almond if you're trying to make them look larger. So I always try to bring that up a little bit. If you have not seen our eyeliner before, this stuff is amazing. I'm going to draw a line here. Okay. The wing too, but oh my gosh. I'm still trying to master the wing. I am still trying to master the wing. It it can last up to 24 hours, y'all. So I love to do this demonstration. I walk around all the time with my eyeliner on my arm because I get on here and I want to show y'all because I am in awe of it myself. Y'all, that stuff is going nowhere. Off spray and wipes to help remove it. But it is amazing, crazy how good that stuff stays on. I used to look like a raccoon. I mean, just couldn't get anything to stay around my eyes. And this stuff has saved me. And sometimes my eyes are so watery. I seem to be doing okay today, but that's when this helps as well. And again, I'm just going to smudge it out a little bit. You want that to meet in that corner. And I'm not coming all the way because, again, I have small eyes and I don't want to make them look smaller. Sometimes if you rim all the way around, you're going to actually make them look smaller. So, I don't want them to look smaller. I am doing just fine in that department without any help. But again, I don't want a harsh line here. So, I am just smudging that out. Alright, am going to spray a little bit of my setting spray back on my hand. I like to use the top of my hand, y'all. Back on the top of my hand, because this is the key too. You don't want this brush to be too extremely wet that you're going to put this on with, okay? You want it just to be damp, have that setting spray, but you don't want it too wet. And the wetter it is, the darker when you put your product on it's going to be. I'm going to go in with this mashup and see what we look like adding it down here. I just want to give that a little bit of a purple hue. And again, going to put my setting spray on my brush. And this is going to help ensure that it stays there. I may go ahead and do a little bit of that up top. You know what? I'm going to use a different brush, though, to go up top. Let's see. Let's use a little thicker one up top. I'm feeling funky today. This is funky for me, y'all. You may be saying funky. What is funky about that? For me, this is funky. I don't usually put purple on my eyelids. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay. And again, to me, it's still hard to tell what this is looking like until you start getting all your other makeup on. Let's go ahead, though. Let's get some lashes on. Let's see. No, just kidding. And I always have to cut my lashes because, again, my eyes are small. But the trick to lashes, forgive me if I say it time after time, is putting your adhesive on before you apply them and letting it dry. That's the hardest part, is having the patience to let it dry a little bit before you place it on there. So what I have found that works well for me is actually applying my adhesive. I am wearing red aspen lashes today. Please don't ask me which ones, because unfortunately I have gotten my containers all mixed up when I have been cleaning them. And so I'm not sure which ones I'm using. But these are red aspen lashes. The great thing about red aspen lashes is you can wear them time after time. Okay. They are definitely some of the best ones I have bought. They are a little pricey, but if you can wear them time after time, they're worth it to me. But what I have found that works for me to kill the time is I will curl my lash. While I'm waiting on the adhesive to dry. That. But this should be pretty dry, so let's go ahead. And I like to kind of push them up a little bit, just to help shape them. Let's see. And I'm also using Red Aspen adhesive product. I have to be really careful with the adhesives that I use for these because I have a lot of allergies and a lot of sensitivities. And so be mindful of that if you try to wear lashes and your lashes, like, it irritates the heck out of your eyes. And I've had that happen. You know, some of the products contain latex in them, some of the adhesives. So if you have a latex allergy, be aware of that and try to find the ones that are latex free. Okay. And or just try around till you find the one that works for you, because they are not all the same. And you will find that sometimes some adhesives just work better for you than others. The Red Aspen has been great. The Green Duo has been good for me. And the Kiss with the Aloe has worked well for me. Y'all, I have not worn lashes until the last 3 to 4 months. The whole trick was just, again, just waiting for that adhesive to dry a little bit before you go trying to put it on. Even if you want to put a little bit on your hand so you know how sticky it is, do that, because it makes all the difference in the world. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I am going to use black mascara on the bottom here. This is our Perfect Mascara. Let's add some mascara down here. This is our Perfect Mascara. It has built-in fibers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start working on my face, because I just feel like you can't tell about your eyes and your final look until you get that done. So I'm going to go in. What I'm doing is I'm using a #1 concealer. It just helps to counteract. It has some green to it, counteract that redness in those little spots that I have. If y'all have been watching me, you know I've been changing up my skincare. And so anytime you change up your skincare, sometimes those of us that are sensitive, our skin goes crazy at first. But it's starting to calm down. It's loving. I switched over to using some of our Midnight Oil. And if you caught me last night, I was talking a little bit about some of the moisturizers that you can use on your body. And just going to try to break down moisturizers maybe in the evenings with you and help you find what might work well for you. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use some more concealer. Going back to my concealer again. Since I already have my eye product on, I'm going to go in with the Concealer Zero, and I'm going to go in with my little small brush here. Okay. I am going to use this Zero because I want to keep everything around my eyes light. Okay. That's where you want to draw the light. And I want to use this small little brush initially to put it on. And I'm going to kind of draw a triangle. Right here. And what I like to do too, when I get to the corner of my eyes, and I kind of messed that up, I might have to go back. But I actually do use this to sharpen that corner. how we were talking about you want it to go up. I use that. Yep, I like to use that. See how I was able to make and draw my eyes up a little bit more just with my concealer alone, because I made it lighter here. And so that helps to draw that up a little bit. I should have done one and let you look at it and then done the other. As this sits on your skin, it actually becomes more movable. It warms to your skin. It's wax-based. And that's when I like to go in with this little diffuser brush. This is the number 5 little diffuser brush. And I'll spread it out a little bit more. But try to keep that triangle. Try to keep that triangle. Except for in that corner. Keep that triangle. There we go. I'm also going to go ahead and use this little brush, and I'm going to lighten my little wrinkle lines here. Go to work and being off. I get to play a little bit more. I love it when I can just come on and play. And I'm going to use that product that I have on my brush, and I'm just going to... There we go. Y'all can see the coverage that you get from this stuff. It's in the entertainment industry every day. This is why. Because the coverage that you get, and you know, at one time, our TVs weren't HD. You didn't see every little flaw that people had. And now with all this HD TV too. But don't get me wrong, our company's been around forever. Okay, it has been around a long time. It didn't just get started. It's been here. Okay, it has stood the test of time. So when I say that, please don't think it's new. It's not new. It's been around. It's just now available through direct sales, through independent beauty guys like myself. And you do have to get used to it. If you're not used to wearing it or using it, it's so hard to go from a liquid to, it's not hard, it's just different. I hate it when I say that because it's not hard, it's just different. And there's different ways to apply it to get different coverage. I am using this number 4 brush because I feel like it gives me more of a flawless face when I use this brush than when I use my Blenderful or even my diffuser brush. A lot of people like to use this larger diffuser brush, but I need more coverage sometimes. And what I'm doing today, I wanted more coverage. But you can see the coverage I got just that easy with this compared to this side. I mean, that is just flawless coverage, easy, without a lot of makeup. The other great thing about this foundation, y'all, it sits on top of your skin. It doesn't soak into your skin like a lot of that other stuff that you're using. It's not going to clog up your pores and create skin issues for you. But this coverage is amazing. Okay? I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what sold me on this company. I've never been comfortable in my skin. I felt like I had so many freckles and brown patches, and that's something even our skincare has helped me with, because these brown patches you see me covering have lightened so much for me since I've been using our skincare. Usually in the summertime, I would literally have brown patches because of a skin condition that I have in all of these places. And that's uncomfortable feeling. You know, that's uncomfortable to go out like that. And it is starting to fade. And it is just, I feel like my skin and my makeup look better than it has in my life. So, anyway, sorry, I get on a tangent. But I get so passionate about it because I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I've never found this. I shouldn't say in the 50 years. Of course, I guess I haven't been wearing makeup for 50 years, but I don't think this girl looks half bad for 50. Now I'm going to go in with the HD powder that we're talking about. I've got a trio palette. I like to do trio palettes because I get different colors to do different things with. And you save money. Okay? It's that simple. I like to go in with the lighter color. This is the HD powder. And I'm going to just follow kind of like I did with that concealer. That is the HD powder. How is it different from translucent? Our translucent powder is this white powder. It is awesome. Don't get me wrong. It is awesome. It just is, though, a setting powder. That's the difference. That is the difference. This sets your makeup. It's not going to give you any kind of extra coverage or anything like that. Okay? Even though it's stark white, it doesn't look chalky. You don't see it, and it's good for every skin tone. Okay? Good for every skin tone. Our HD powders were designed to give you a little more flawless coverage, to blur some of those pores and those lines and things that you want to blur. Okay? Not just set your foundation or your products, which is what translucent powder does. This actually helps to blur some of those lines and those pores. And again, with the different colors, you can almost kind of highlight and contour and stuff with it as well. And that's the difference. Let's see. I'm going to just use the light powder over. Do you see how it kind of blurred that line out? Did you see that? Okay. And I know this side's a little deeper set. But look, it blurs that out a little bit more. You saw me. No magic tricks here. No magic tricks. That's what the HD powder does. Okay? Now, again, if you don't need that and you don't want that, that's fine. Then you would stick with the translucent. But if you're wanting more coverage and more pore coverage and more just kind of disguise those lines and things, then you want HD. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the one. In fact, I've been switching up my colors because my color's changing. Not being out in the sun. Let me go with my lighter coverage, my lighter color here. This is matched to my foundation. And I'm just going to stipple that on. And again, on the face, you're going to be able to just see that it's just going to help kind of fill in those pores that you might have. And you might not have large pores. But where I can really tell the difference is in that line area. When I do that, that is where I can really tell the difference with the HD powder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this darker color to do a little contour line. Okay, now let me find my little brush for that. Like these two. I'm still learning the art of contouring, but I have a good gist. Let me get rid of some of that product on my brush, but you're going to go from the top of your ear, and you're going to find that bone that you have right there. And you're going to chisel it out with your color. Okay. Just going to create a little bit of a bone line there. Okay. It's going to help shape the face a little bit. Okay. Not look so rounded. Actually give us some cheekbones here. Is our goal for contouring. Gonna do the same thing over here. Gonna go from ear and down that bone. That's why you see people pucker up. They can find that bone better. Okay. And then I always like to give a light dust up around my forehead and that hairline. That was probably too much product, but we'll blend that out. We'll blend that out. And then you can also do it around your jawline. What you want to do is you want to go from the back side of your ear, and you're going to follow, again, this bone structure, and where those natural shadows right at that would be. This is almost like you want to draw a line here, come down to the point of that bone, and then follow that with a line. Okay. Can you kind of see how I'm defining that jaw more than it is defined here? Just trying to shape and chisel that jaw a little bit more. Okay. That's what I'm trying to do here. Trying to thin it out a little bit. But I'm going to go from the back of my ear, kind of down in a line on that jaw, and then going to draw another line in that shadow on that jawbone right there. And I'm going to do it a little bit under here, trying to get rid of that double chin a little bit. The biggest thing is you want this blended out. You don't want to have a line here when you get done. Okay. Now I'm going to go in, and as I put my bronzer on, it is going to help to buff it out a little bit as well. I'm going to add some bronzer to this. You want to make sure that you don't go below this line though. And you almost want to use that brush and that bronzer to help blend that out. If you had to, you would go up, but don't go below that line. And again, you kind of want that invisible line. Invisible meaning you don't want to just see a line drawn on your skin. You want it to blend. And I got that a little too dark up there. Let's blend out. If you have to, you can take a little product from your concealer brush and you can just kind of go over it a little bit. Make it disappear. I'm going to put a little bronzer there. A little bronzer down here. Again, I'm going to use that to kind of just make that look seamless. Okay. And then I'm going to get our blush. Color, and I'm going to contour my nose a little. And again, I don't always do all these steps, but today we're just kind of playing and getting ready. We have no time clock today, just as I get ready to go and do. So I'm taking advantage of that. That's just going to help reshape that nose a little bit too. Let's see if we can blend that out a little bit. As you can tell, contour is just creating those natural shadows that you would have anyway, and it just defines them even more. You can take a blender full and blend that if you want to, but you want it all natural, all seamless. All right. Take my blender full and I'm just gonna kind of blend that out a little bit. There we go. If you wanted to make this contour look even sharper, You could go back in with your lighter HD powder and put it right underneath that. All right, y'all. I'm going to take this out. I was putting it in there, hopefully getting it to help hold my hair back for a bit. All right. Now, we need some lips. All right, let's see. This is Cake Pop. Like we need a little glow, y'all. We need a little glow. Gotta have glow. Gotta have glow. Where's my glow? Where's my glow? Gotta have a little glow to go with my purple. We gotta add a little glow. All right, y'all. Let's spray this and be done for the day. Literally. I will not have to put makeup back on. No touch-ups, no nothing. Spray my setting spray, and voila. We need help because you have to step outside of your comfort zone sometimes. And then you find out, oh, wow, that's amazing. Yes. And you know what? I love it.